Alright, hello everyone and welcome to today's Genshin Impact video. In this video I have for you my game plan for Genshin Impact version 4.7. If I had said what I thought I would expect for Genshin Impact 4.7 before watching the special program announcement, I would have told you that it's probably going to be much like what we got in 4.6. A little bit of story here and there, maybe a little bit of map expansion, although probably not in back-to-back versions. But I wasn't expecting to get much as far as a story in 4.7, and lo and behold, we finally have Act 6 on the schedule, and we haven't had an Archon quest chapter since Act 5 in 4.2. So you know that as soon as 4.7 drops and as soon as Act 6 is available, I am practically up everything I'm doing and get that done. Not going to wait for the internet to spoil the story this time around. At least I hope not. But otherwise, we take a look at the banners, and overall, the banners look okay. I would say that when it comes to the new characters, I think people who are going to get the new characters that be always wanted the characters. Florend looks okay. Maybe the one that I would be the most interested in if I was going to get one. Um, but Siege Wing and of course Sethos, they don't. I would say that, like I said, if you like them in their story enough that you're going to get them no matter what, then that's what you're gonna do. Other than that, I wasn't really impressed with either one of them. What I was interested in, as far as the characters that that we saw, is that we will finally have a rerun for Farina characters, and we'll over to her. Um, so I did pick up Farina in 4.2, and I'm actually kind of uh, torn between whether I want to go for some of her constellations. Certainly could get C1, might have an outside chance C2. But I also have a chance to possibly place the Blackcliff board with her actual. Now, I would say that before you put this in the comments, I'm quite aware that going for the constellations, at least for C1, will provide a better benefit than going for the weapon. However, I do have a metric ton of wishes available to me, which you probably can't see because of the webcam. Okay, but yes, it is. But yeah, I would say that that my gut right now is that I want to go for weapon. However, I'm there's plenty of time between now and then, and someone might talk some sense into me, and I'll get her constellations instead. But other than that, a lot of story that we're going to be doing in 4.7. Got a new post game mode, which a lot of us are would be interested in seeing. And yeah, other than that, probably going to be using 4.7 to try to get everything done. So that way, when it's time for 5.0, which I'm assuming is going to happen after 4.8, I don't have anything left in Fontaine or Shenyu Vale holding me. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and go to my Kanban board. So, if you've never seen a Kanban board before, this is something that I came up with back in chapter 3. Basically, just keep uh, organized so I don't uh, try to level up a bunch of characters all together and then end up with a lot of characters low level. So every character begins over here in the backlog. And once I know I have something that I want to start, moves to ready to start all the way through to done, which is where you see, which is where Neuvillette is right there. You can see that no characters are on the ready to start line right now. That's because I'm not intending to build any new characters this time around. I probably won't even get any new characters unless I get a brand new 4-star here or there. The backlog is essentially all the 4-star characters that have reached C6. And then, but for right now, I'm not planning on building any new characters. I want to try to make the characters that I currently have a little bit more efficient. Have that be kind of my focus. So as for weapons, I've finally completed something I've wanted to do for quite a while, and that was to get every weapon that I had previously started completed. So now my account has only level 1 weapons and weapons that have reached their maximum level. You can see that there is one weapon right here that is currently blocked, and that is Cloudforged. Cloudforged is going to be a version specific weapon that we will deal with later, but I typically get those weapons and level them up during the event so that I can get it to R5 and level it all up with the bonuses that the event entails. Other than that, it looks like it's probably gonna be a weapon that's gonna sit in. As far as the talents go, I threw the gauntlet down for myself to try to get Neuvillette and Farina all the way to 9 across, and I managed to do that. So good job, me. So the next character I want to get to 9 across is going to be Zhongli, as you kind of notice right over here. So I got all of the tasks for his level 7, level 8, and level 9 talents. I also have Shenhe and Rosaria to crown. This is gonna be a tricky one for me because I was planning on just crowning one character per element to get started, not counting the traveler who has pretty much all of the crowns, minus 6 of them at the moment. But Shenhe and Rosaria I tend to use together, so I figured I would just I'd just triple crown both of them. And yeah, it's something that makes sense to me. It probably doesn't make sense to most other people. If you're noticing the number in the upper left corner, 2 out of 3 and so forth, I just did that to kind of track how many books I already have, how many other things I have. So essentially, uh, the the uh, the weekly boss element, I have that for all of them, so that's all checked off. And of course, we just recently had kind of a way to double your talent books, so I was doing a lot of that to get Zhongli and Shenhe ready to go. I need to do it for Rosaria as well, though she didn't need as much as the other two did. So overall, the idea of looking at it is if there's just one thing left, that means Mora. So that simply means that it's just a matter of spending Mora to make those talents fall off. If it's missing 2 things, that means I'm also missing. So yeah, getting all of this done is going to be kind of a combination of doing the domains to get the books and also doing the ley line overflow missions to get a shot in the arm when it comes to Mora. And then for the artifact sets, I have something kind of crazy right now. You can see that I have Pyrolumine, Crimson Witch of Flame sets, and on hold means I'm using that as the Strongbox set. Although if there's nothing in the working column, that means I'm essentially going into the domain, getting the Crimson Witch of Flames, and when they're terrible artifacts, which they usually are, they just get strong boxed into other terrible Crimson Witch of Flames artifacts until I have ones that work. I do not know if Pyrolumine is good, if that's going to be her best set or not. I just know that that's probably going to be the best set that I'm going to have available when we start at 5.0. And then, of course, once we get to 5.0 and we see what's available there, then I might have to grind that. But there's really no way for me to have an advantage going into that with with collecting a bunch of artifacts that we currently already have. So anyway, that is my game plan for Genshin Impact version 4.7. I'd like to know what your game plan is, so leave it in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and consider following me on Twitch and subscribing to this channel if you'd like to see more of my content. I'll see you in 4.7.